Good morning, students. Welcome to the class on organometallic chemistry. Today we will discuss organo-zinc reagents. Organo-zinc reagents are less nucleophilic as well as less basic than the corresponding organolithium or organomagnesium reagents. Alkyl and aryl zinc reagents are poor nucleophiles. They can tolerate esters, ketones, or nitriles. So that means we can have more selectivity with the zinc reagents. Generally, zinc is activated by washing with 1,2 dibromoethane followed by trimethylsilyl chloride. Today we will see some reactions of organo-zinc reagents. We will start with the Rifar-Matsky reactions. As I said, these zinc reagents are less reactive, less nucleophiles, and less basic compared to magnesium, organomagnesium or organolithium reagents. Generally, reaction with organo-zinc reagents with aldehydes is very slow. They may not undergo reaction with ketones. But we can activate the reactivity of organo-zinc reagents towards the aldehydes by having an alpha withdrawing group. How do we prepare organo-zinc reagents? This is alpha bromoester. Organo-zinc reagents can be prepared in a similar fashion to Grignard reagents when we have alkyl halide. Treat this with an activated zinc, so we will get organo-zinc reagent. So zinc will be inserted between halogen and carbon atom. So this is zinc insertion. Right. As I said, they are less nucleophilic, so the reactivity towards aldehyde is very slow. They may not react with ketones. But when we have an electron withdrawing group or unsaturation alpha to the zinc, zinc is positively charged, this carbon will be negatively charged. So when we have an unsaturation alpha to the zinc, then the reactivity will be increased so that now they can react with the aldehydes or ketones. Because we have an alpha withdrawing group, now the reactivity of zinc is increased so that it can react with this ketone. So zinc insertion will occur. As I said, these zinc reagents are weak nucleophiles. Generally, they will undergo Michael additions to enones. So this is an enone. Zinc reagents will undergo Michael addition to enones. When it undergoes Michael addition, we will generate negative charge here because iodine is a good leaving group. The negative charge generated here will be polarized towards this carbon so that it generates C double bond C again. Then iodine will be leaving. Because of their poor nucleophilicity, zinc reagents are soft in nature. So generally, they'll involve in Michael addition. They will involve in 1,4 addition. You write the product. Zinc will undergo insertion here. So this carbon becomes nucleophilic. It will undergo intramolecular 1,4 addition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it generates a 5-membered ring. This is the product. Allyl bromides can be converted to organo-zinc reagents easily, and because of this unsaturation group, they are more reactive. Their reactivity will be increased, so they can react with aldehydes. So this nucleophile will involve in nucleophilic addition to aldehydic carbon, which generates an alcohol. At the same time, we also have an ester. So this will undergo intramolecular cross esterification to generate this lactone. Generally, these organozinc reagents are less nucleophilic. So in order to make them more reactive, we generally use zinc along with the copper complex. So this material, this copper complex, will make the organozinc reagents more reactive by converting them to organocopper reagents. So here the product is CuCnZnI. So organozinc reagents will be activated towards their reactivity by adding copper. So copper salt will convert the organozinc reagent to organocopper reagent. it is a soft nucleophile, so it will undergo 1,4 addition, Michael addition. To improve the yield, we will generally trap the enolate with the trimethyl cellular chloride. So the enolate will be protected as TMS. So to just improve the yield, okay. Then what we will do, we will add some acid so that the enolate will be deprotected. So the carbonyl will be regenerated. So you write the product here. OTMS. The enolate is protected as trapped as TMS enolate. When we add an acid, this TMS enolate will be deprotected so that we will regenerate the carbonyl here. Here we are using zinc salt. So we will add some lithium. First, we will get an alkyl lithium reagent because it is highly reactive. It will add to zinc. So the alkyl lithium initially generated alkyl lithium will be converted to alkyl zinc reagent. Then that will undergo reaction with the benzoyl chloride. Write the product. So acid chlorides upon treatment with the alkyl zinc reagents, they will be converted to ketones. Now we will discuss Negishi coupling. What is Negishi coupling? A coupling reaction between alkyl zinc reagents and vinyl halides or vinyl sulfates or vinyl triflates in the presence of a palladium catalyst is called as Negishi coupling. So the coupling between alkyl zinc reagents with the vinyl halides or vinyl sulfates or vinyl triflates in presence of a palladium catalyst is generally called as Negishi coupling. Now, how do we write the product? You just remove the zinc group and this halogen or triflate group. Just add both these things. So we are coupling these two compounds. So there will be a coupling between this carbon and this carbon. So just couple these two things. At the same time, this coupling is stereoselective. So here we are using an unsaturated halide, that means vinyl halide. So this is a stereoselective or stereospecific reaction. So just in place of this halogen, we will get This is a stereospecific reaction. So the stereochemistry of the reagents will be retained in the product also. Not only vinyl halides or unsaturated halides, it is also possible to have a cross coupling between alkyl zinc reagents with saturated primary halides. This is a primary halide. In the previous case, we were using unsaturated halide, but in this case, we are using saturated primary halide. This is possible with nickel catalyst. We will add some nickel catalyst in presence of tetrabutyl ammonium iodide and 4-fluorostyrene. You write the product. So what is Negishi coupling? Coupling between alkyl zinc reagents and unsaturated halides or sulfates or tripletes in presence of a palladium catalyst is called as Negishi coupling. Not only that, it is also possible to have a coupling between alkyl zinc reagents as well as saturated primary halides in the presence of a nickel catalyst and tetrabutyl ammonium iodide and 4-fluorostyrene. Now we will discuss Simmons-Smith reaction or Simon-Smith reaction. What is Simmons-Smith reaction? Conversion of alkenes into stereospecific cyclopropanes using diiodomethane, a zinc copper couple is called a Simon-Smith reaction. So when we treat an alkene with diiodomethane and zinc copper couple, this will generate a carbene equivalent. So that carbene equivalent will react with the double bond to generate this cyclopropane ring. Generally, this cyclopropanation is a stereospecific reaction, stereospecific syn addition. That means carbene will add from one phase. So the substituents, if they are cis, they will be cis. If they are trans, they will be trans in the product also. Now, how do we generate the carbene equivalent? When we treat diiodomethane with the zinc, first it will undergo zinc insertion. This is the active Simon-Smith reagent. This is carbene equivalent. If zinc takes this iodine and if it leaves zinc iodide, then what we will left? We will left with carbene. But carbene will not be formed here. What we can write as zinc will coordinate with this iodine. So zinc will take this iodine also. So Zn(I2) will be leaving. Then we will be generating carbene. Okay. So here carbene will not be generated. So what I am saying, it is carbene equivalent. Then it will react with an alkene. For example, if this minus is polarizing towards this double bond to generate this sigma bond, then this double bond will be polarized towards this sigma bond, then iodine will be leaving with zinc. So zinc will take the second iodine also, then carbene intermediate will react with alkene to generate cyclopropane ring, and we will be having zinc iodide. As I said, it is a stereospecific syn addition. The stereochemistry of substrate will be retained in the product. Here, this is an E double bond, so that means phenyl group and methyl group are anti to each other. So in the product also, we will have the same stereochemistry. In the above case, we are using diiodomethane and zinc copper couple. In this case, we are using diethyl zinc. Diethyl zinc uh, act as a nucleophile, so it adds to diiodomethane. So it generates, since iodine is a good leaving group, iodine will be leaving when this ethyl group, one of the ethyl group, this is the active reagent in this reaction, and it is called Furukawa's reagent. This is Furukawa's modification of Simon-Smith reaction. So that is why it is called Furukawa's reagent. So when we treat diethyl zinc with chloroiodomethane, what we will get? We will get this alkyl zinc reagent. It is called Furukawa's reagent. When we have an electron donating substituent along with this double bond, then how this electron donating substituent will influence the directing effect. Generally, zinc is a good Lewis acid, so it can easily interact with the electron donating substituents. Here, oxygen, which is having two lone pairs, it can easily form a Lewis acid, Lewis base type complex with the zinc. So, the oxygen group will direct uh, the phase of the cyclopropanation. Because this oxygen is above the plane, it will coordinate with the zinc, and this carbene intermediate will be available from this phase. That means cyclopropanation occurs from above the plane. Cyclopropanation occurs from above the plane. Generally, the directive effect is dominated by OH group, then OR group, then some carbonyl, and any substituent which is having a lone pair, then that can easily form a Lewis acid Lewis base type complex with zinc. So zinc will coordinate to that substituent. Then cyclopropanation occurs from the same phase where the substituent is there. Because this substituent is above the plane, cyclopropanation is possible from the above the plane. you write the product. Here OH group is above the plane, so OH group coordinates with the zinc, so it directs the carbene. So obviously cyclopropanation occurs on this carbon, on this alkene, and it will be in the beta phase. Take this practice problem. The final example, here we have two alkenes. So when we want to do cyclopropanation with zinc reagents, which double bond will preferentially react? Of course, zinc reagents are less nucleophilic. So we can easily expect which double bond will involve in reaction by examining electron densities around both these double bonds. This double bond, it is having two alkyl substituents. Alkyl means these two are electron releasing substituents. Whereas this double bond, it is having an alkyl at the same time an ester group. Ester is an electron withdrawing substituent. So in this moiety, we have a double bond which is electron rich double bond. We have another electron poor double bond. Now we know zinc is electrophilic in nature. Zinc reagents are less nucleophilic. So obviously they will react with double bond, more electron rich double bonds. They will react with more electron rich double bonds. So cyclopropanation occurs here. You write the product. So when we want to do cyclopropanation with two different double bonds having different electronic environments, then cyclopropanation with the Simon-Smith reaction is possible on the more electron rich alkene.